Lol.
Good day and welcome to the TheOneLol channel. Today we'll rank up 4-star Rocket Raccoon to rank 5 from rank 3. So Rocket Raccoon, here is the classic glass cannon, high attack, low health, and he does have one of the highest attack stat for 4 stars, higher stat than even Electro. But not that much compared to Electro, but then again he does do a lot of damage, especially with his second special attack, similar trend with Electro. So Electro is a science hard hitter, while Rocket is the tech hard hitter, and Rocket's signature ability does help to hit, allow Rocket to crit more often and deal much more damage with his crits. So similar pattern to Electro, Rocket is a glass cannon, so if you're not careful, you could just die to enemy's attack, you could die to quest Electros with very high health because of the electrostatic kind of passive. You should shock the poor Raccoon. So Raccoon does deal a lot of damage in this game, but what just makes interesting is that he just punch and kicks, and this one seems kind of like boring. Would like to see more changes to his animation, so use more weapons in his fights instead of just keeping his weapons to his third special attack, second special attack. Even his first special attack doesn't really use any kind of special weapons. He just to do some martial arts stuff with his raccoon arms and raccoon feet. Somehow they just keep the weapons usage to a minimum for Rocket Raccoon, which I dislike in terms of animation wise. In terms of his character model, it's not bad. Looks clean, looks neat, and does very well resemble the raccoon we saw in the movies. Follows that pattern, nice suit. Would love to see the gun featured together with him as his character model, instead of only appearing sometimes, doing his combat stuff. So Rocket Raccoon, even though he's a glass cannon, he does have some recent additions of passives such as those shoes, which sometimes you just see them keep failing to trigger it because you just want to rush in for the damage. You don't usually use the shoe unless you're just in a bad position, being pushed to a bad spot. Otherwise you just want to push Rocket to a quick victory. A few hits will get the opponent down a lot of health. It's great in arena when you just want to quickly finish your opponent and accumulate those points very, very fast. Electro, Rocket, they are part of your dream arena team if you want to refresh, if you want to catch up in arena. And Rocket Raccoon does do this, like the very interesting kind of spinning animation when he's being boosted. That is Rocket Raccoon's thing. He loves tech ISOs. Look at him. He just loves the tech ISOs. It just empowers him and makes him happy. Rocket Raccoon, who knew? He's an ISO junkie. Then again, most champions are ISO junkies, but they just stop taking ISOs once they are max. Maybe we should just allow them to take more ISO just for the fun of it. I have no idea what I'm saying, but let's just take a look at Rockets. First special attack, 100% chance to increase quick damage by a lot, 185% for 8 seconds. Second special attack, armor break, removing enemy armor, very good for dealing huge damage to tank up characters such as Hulkbuster and Colossus. Third special attack does deal bleed, does have a very cool animation. Passives connect shoe, armor, shell armor, and all this crazy stuff, but most of the times you just kill your opponent before you want to use the shoes. You see the scanning tend to fail because usually you just want to push the one you just use the shoes. So against Deadpool X-Force, Rocket does have the advantage, and there's the kinetic shield which helps to reduce the physical damage. He does crit for a lot of damage, 2000 damage is a lot of damage. Now for the first special attack, Relentless Raccoon, nice animation, shows the vicious nature of Rocket. I quite love the jetpack that Rocket's carrying. It'd be nice to see him use the jetpack in a very interesting kind of like combat way instead of just using it to fly around. Now let's fight against Colossus. Sorry, Cyclops, not Colossus. Sorry, Cyclops, I mean to confuse you with Colossus. Costumes are very different, your looks are very different. I'm sorry if I have offended you, Cyclops. Just let us shoot with Rocket Raccoon. So Rocket Raccoon, you think that he's dying to this Cyclops, but you see that his second special attack does deal a lot of damage. Granite Toss without crit, the 7,000 damage. True that he has the class advantage, but there's without crit. With crit, he's probably gonna do a lot more damage. The armor break and the bleed, well, it's cool. Very cool, allows you to get rid of your opponent very fast, but you know, if you do some mishap, your character is dead. Now let's take a look at his third special attack. Let's get hit by this Spider-Man. Choose a very low level so I can just relax and let them hit Raccoon without fear of dying, because Raccoon does have very low health. One of the lowest actually. So let's just let Spider-Man hit the poor Raccoon, and then we will use our third special attack. So now let's take a look at the big blaster. So this is the revenge. So other champions, when they use their third special attack, they'll get the special animation. So now it's time for Raccoon to get his special animation, the big blaster. So instead of having his blaster kicked away, you know, he just do it the cool way. So how to do it the cool way? Use a fake minigun, make them underestimate you, then hit them back with the big blaster. Rocket strategy. And that is Robot. The special attack does deal a lot of damage. But as usual, second special attack will do more with crits and tend to do more damage. But it does bleed. The third special attack does bleed as well. Just got rid of a rank 2 Spider-Man at full health. That's all. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you again soon. Goodbye.